So here we're going to talk about how to make changes to any recipe. So time adjustments can be made during a bunch of times throughout the process. So the autolyse period, for example, you can go from anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours if you need to. One day I remember I mixed my water, flour, and leaven, and then I realized that I had an appointment to get a trailer hitch installed on my vehicle, so I had to leave. And so my autolyse period, I think, was 2.5 hours. And I came home and then I just added the salt and the extra water, continued on. It was fine, totally fine. So sourdough is very flexible. Most recipes will call for 30 minutes, but again, none of these are hard and fast rules, okay? You can bend the rules a little bit with sourdough. Bulk fermentation is about 3 to 5 hours, depends on where you are, depends on your elevation, depends on your humidity, depends on a lot of things. Won't get into that in too much detail, but at the end of this presentation, we're going to talk a bit about heat, humidity, and elevation and how those affect fermentation. Your bench rest can go anywhere from 0 to 30 minutes. Most recipes and processes call for a 30-minute bench rest. But if you're running short on time or if you have to get out of the house, you can dump your dough out of the bowl, divide it into thirds, and fold it and put it in the baskets, or fold it and shape it, then put it in the baskets, pop it in the fridge, and off you go. You can totally cut out the bench rest and pre-shape phase, absolutely. It's great to be able to do it if you can, because it does build extra dough strength. But if you need to skip it, go ahead. It's totally okay. Room temperature proofing, you have to watch your dough. This is key. Okay, so you're going to proof at room temperature for 8 to 12 hours, and you're going to need to keep an eye on that. Unfortunately, I can't say, you can shave 2 hours off of this, because it really depends on when your dough is done proofing at room temperature. With cold proofing, anywhere from 12 to 72 hours. And we're going to talk a little bit about the differences in the two types of proofing in just a minute. But the cold proofing is going to be in the fridge. It's going to be at least overnight, and it's got a lot of flexibility. So that's what I love. You could even, do your leaven day on Monday, do your mix day on Tuesday, and then not bake until Thursday. You could skip a whole day if you wanted to, or even 2 days. Some people leave it in for a long time to get that extra sour flavor development. Some people just forget that it's in there and then they bake it when they remember and it turns out fine. So again, sourdough is really flexible. The next slide, we're going to talk about proofing methods.